Okay, so I've got Dave here. Dave is with Keller Williams. Dave is one of I like the hat. Dave is at his home office now. We're lucky enough to have him come on and just share some experience. Dave got into the program. We were just talking, I think, in August or so?
Right, just around August.
Yeah, yep. So Dave started marketing around the August timeframe with the Digital Agent Mastery program. It's evolved since then. There's obviously more training and some more campaigns, et cetera, in the program since August. But Dave has have started having some really good success. So, Dave, just real quick, why don't you tell the folks, obviously they know who you are. We're not saying last names here, guys, but they know who you are. When you got in the business, kind of your backstory, how you got in the business, and then we'll get to, how you're working within the program, your successes, et cetera.
Sure. I've been in the business about 3.5 years now. I used to work for a large insurance company. I got laid off. Then I had a friend who was a broker, a local small brokerage, and brought me into the business. I worked with them for 2 years and realized I needed more, so I moved over to Keller Williams just about August of 2016.
Yeah.
So my first year with them was fantastic. And I realized I wanted more. I was being successful. I wanted to be more successful. Chris is someone that I work with from a lending perspective. He introduced me to Digital Mastery, and it's something that has really helped my business grow now.
Yeah. So, I mean, in your first year, you did well too. Your first year, you didn't struggle. Like you closed like 15 sides, right? Tell everybody your first 12 months, you did well.
Yeah, my first 12 months, I did 12 sides. My second, I did 14. My third year, I did 28.
Right. So just onward and upward with you. All right. So fast forward to, August of last year, right? When you started utilizing the Digital Agent Mastery program, tell us your successes. Like how many leads and I know we talk about this all the time, like you turn it off, you turn it on, you turn it off, you turn it on. That's a nice thing about, controlling the lead flow versus, Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com. And I want you to speak on that too, if you don't mind. But,
sure.
What your success has been in with those type of avenues and why you decided to kind of not use those avenues and do it yourself. But the nice thing, obviously, we know is the nice thing about being able to control the lead flow and doing it on your own is you can turn it on and off. Like if you go on vacation, you get a nice, vacation property, that you go to in the summertime, et cetera. So, you turn it off if you don't want lead flow, which is nice. So over the course of, since August, just tell us your successes.
All right. Since August, I've gotten about 350 leads altogether. I've had a couple of closes already. I have 3 pending right now that will be closing within the next 3 weeks, actually. One of them is a listing close. So a lead I had gotten turned out to be a buy and a sell.
Yeah.
So that was fantastic.
I know who that is because we're doing the loan on the other side.
Yes, we are.
I don't want to say the names, but okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But and that's coming out beautifully.
Yeah.
But I currently have 5 buyer clients that I'm actively working with, trying to find homes, and then I've got dozens of meaningful conversations that are going on with folks who we're just sending them properties. We're talking about properties, but we haven't really started the actual. They haven't become clients yet. And then on top of that, I've got a bunch that that I'm just dripping on.
Oh, cool.
So there's a lot of activity that's going on, and like you said, the ability to turn it off and turn it on is great because you'll get a glut of leads. And what I found was initially I was getting a bunch of leads, and it's tough to keep up with them.
Yeah,
conversations going. especially if they're meaningful. You're going to have some that fall by the roadside, and that's going to happen with anything. But to have significant conversations with these folks, be able to follow up the way you should. You can't be overwhelmed by numbers. So, I turn it off for a while, take care of those, and then backfill. I turn it back on.
Cool. So you're using automated lead follow-up. Are you using LionDesk? Or you're using both kind of, right? You're using LionDesk and Agent Legend, right?
Well, I was using Agent Legend initially,
Okay.
but what I was finding was I wasn't getting any responses to the voicemails.
Voicemail. Okay. Yeah.
And then Agent Legend provides the ability to have an immediate text and or email response. You can set up a schedule. So from a text and email perspective, LionDesk was doing what Agent Legend was doing.
Yeah.
And it's great because through Wufoo and all those, I can have it down, the lead download directly into LionDesk.
Yep.
It launches right into that campaign to do the follow-up.
Yep.
And then it takes it naturally right into the regular drip campaign for that prospect.
Yeah.
So it's like one-stop shopping.
Yeah. So you right now you have your leads going. They were going to Agent Legend, but now they're going to LionDesk, and with the same type of follow-up sequence, just less the voicemail drop. Is that right?
Correct? And,
okay.
and the only other difference is LionDesk does not shut off automatically like Agent Legend does. So
okay.
If
you mean if they respond?
Yeah, if they respond to a text or an email, LionDesk does not have that capability. So you just have to be on top of that, to shut off the next couple of quick follow-ups.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, I mean, for the money, LionDesk is a good little CRM and can do kind of everything that Agent Legend can do, except the voicemail drop. And I don't know, like I don't think that's that important for sure. And if you weren't getting any, like the good thing is you tested both systems. So if you weren't getting a lot of voicemail responses, then like you're better off just pushing over to LionDesk where you can manage the whole process too. Like, you can put notes in and add follow-up tasks and all that good stuff. So
exactly. It's more comprehensive.
Yeah. So you're using LionDesk as your CRM too, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let me just recap real quick. So you've got about 350 leads. You have 2 deals that you closed already, and we've got another 3 pending that are closing. Actually, I know the ones that we were just talking about closing March.
Right.
March. Right.
Yeah, first week of March.
Yeah, one's closing March 9th, or 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a double, and then I've got 2 that are closing in February. So.
Cool. So you've done 6 deals. You'll have done 6 deals, right? So right. 6 deals. What's your average commission, you think?
Average commission is about $8,000.
Right. Okay. So you made $48,000. That's awesome. It's crazy. Like when you think about it. Oh, and how much money have you spent? I didn't even ask.
Well, you figure for the Facebook ads, I'll check my numbers, between $1,000 and $1,200, and then click funnels per month.
Yeah.
And all those other things. So between $1,500 and $2,000. I'll pay $2,000 to make $48,000 any day.
Yeah. No, I know it's crazy. It's funny. I think folks, our membership's growing and growing, which is awesome. And you're in the group every once in a while,
right.
And I appreciate that. But what's cool to see is obviously stories like this, because Facebook, if done properly, I think you're having good success, obviously, because you automated the follow-up, right? And that's the key. Like, I don't care if you're paying $50 a lead or basically, $350 a lead, like you're paying. Like, it doesn't matter what the cost per lead is. If you're not going to follow up with them, you have 0 chance of bringing that client or that lead into a client, right?
As a client, right?
Yeah, we can't convert them. So the key is, and it doesn't matter what system you use, but I do think that automation, especially like it's it's almost physically impossible to follow up with 350 leads continuously all the time yourself.
Right.
So I think it's super important that you automate the follow up, and that's what you're doing. So, had you ever used some of the other sources like Zillow or Trulia or Realtor.com?
I had used Zillow for a while.
Yeah.
I found that it was prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
Because you're only addressing a very small area geographically.
Mm-hmm.
Number one.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Facebook ads and the system, you can expand it to whatever you want.
Sure.
And I found the quality of the leads to be poor. You know,
Yeah.
it's just someone who's shopping around. You know,
Yeah.
So.
Then, like the average cost per lead, I don't know. It's similar everywhere, but I think, you know, it runs between like $40 and $50 a lead, right?
Oh,
so
to give you an example, the town in which I live in.
Yeah.
If I were to have a quarter share, what Zillow calls a quarter share of leads per month, I believe it was like $500 per month, and you'd get maybe 20, 25.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. So, you know, it's $40 a lead just about.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So meaning that, all right, so you get 20 leads. Out of 20 leads with Zillow, out of 20 leads, I mean, it's simple to do the math. Like, your conversion ratio is going to be no better, you know, with Zillow if you follow up correctly than the Facebook leads. So if you follow up correctly with the Facebook leads, the conversion ratio will be very similar. So if you're talking about a 5% conversion, 5% or so conversion, then here's what's going to happen. Your cost per acquisition on Zillow is so much higher, and maybe you close a deal a month, maybe on Zillow. The problem is that you can't get enough lead flow, because you got to spend, in order to get 100 leads, you got to spend $2,500, even if a month, even if it's available, right? So that's the whole problem. When you say prohibitive, like, that's what I see too. It's like, does Zillow work? Yeah, it costs just a ton of money, and in order for it to work to be a substantial pillar of your business, you know, we talk about pillars, right? Like the digital space and your sphere, and then referrals, you know, referral partners, FSBOs, or people call them FSBOs, and all that good stuff. But digital is definitely a component of it. Like, in order to be a substantial component of your business, then really you've got to spend a ton of money in order to get a decent return. And that's if you follow all the processes of following up properly, et cetera. So, yeah, yep. Cool.
And again, that large amount of money is for a very small area geographically.
Yeah, right. So now if you want to market in, you know, XYZ town, now you can, versus just having one little, you know, zip code for $500 a month. And that's what you do. I know you market in like a tri-town area. I'm pretty sure that's how.
Correct.
You do it, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Cool. So listen,
actually, that's my next step is to expand upon that, because I've gotten to the point where, okay, I've got my systems in place, so I can expand the geographic area that I'm marketing to, and be able to handle the additional lead flow. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, man, I mean, you're killing it, and I certainly appreciate. I know you got some place to go. You're going to the gym, you said. So
yeah,
I want to respect your time, and I appreciate you and everything you do, and obviously your contribution to my team. Number one, that's number one, first and foremost, but to the group as well when you pop in, et cetera. So, you know, it's stories like this that just keep the kind of fuel burning for me to just keep adding value to the group. So I appreciate it, man.
And I appreciate the support that you provide, because, you know, I've had questions along the way. I've reached out to you either through, you know, whatever means, and you've been right there with the responses, helping me with the system, helping me grow my business. And so that, again, another great part of the system is the support that you get from it, because not everyone is Facebook and internet gurus. So that's a huge component to know that someone's got your back from a technology perspective.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. You know, if I don't have the answer, I find out what it is. I've got, resources that I can get the answer to. So, typically if I don't have the answer, I find out what the answer is. Because listen, I learn every day too. Our digital space just changes so much. Facebook changes daily, et cetera. So it sometimes becomes tough to keep up with everything, but I appreciate it. Hey, listen, you got to go.
All right.
Take that call. All right.
All right. Thanks,
All
man.
right. Thanks.
Talk to you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.